Good evening. This is Medha Lakpati, research student, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University. My topic is application of music in Jain philosophy. We all know that music is the most effective and easily accessible form for the application of principles in the society. This is the reason almost all philosophers and founders of various principles have chosen the medium of music for the propagation of their thoughts. Therefore, all the time in the past and even in the modern age, moral values are placed in the form of music. These forms are named bhajan, kirtan, arti, ovi, abhangas, etc. These forms are very popular in society. The learned and knowledgeable person and the most common people can easily follow it, perform it, and access the musical structure. In this way, the noble philosophy is listened to and digested with the application of music. This is a very common practice followed by the people of all religion. Therefore, various song forms enriched with the philosophy and teachings are created and musically composed by the artists. The philosophy and principle laid down by the renowned personalities percolates in this way at ground level to the common man with the help of music. About Jainism, in India, Jainism is one of the most ancient religion having a long heritage of divine principles. Originated from Bhagwan Adinath, the first Tirthankara, to the Bhagwan Mahavira, 24th Tirthankara, the huge area of holy teaching is covered. This teaching is considered as Jain philosophy throughout the world. Shruth tradition. Shruth means listening. In this process, the presentation is more inclined to music. In Jainism, the divine teaching is based on Shruth tradition, that is, whatever the sutras are presented by Munis or Jain scholars are in the form of music. In this way, the message given by Arihantas is listened to and followed by the Shravak Shravikas. Therefore, the Shruth tradition is very important in Jain philosophy. Also, the word Shruth is very close to music. Shruti means a micronote. There are 22 Shrutis in Indian music. Shrut and Shruti are words of a similar genre and both are used in music. In Jainism, the Shrut concept is very familiar and equally used to the masses. Therefore, during all festive occasions, the music presentation becomes necessary. In this way, people come together, celebrate the festival, and at the same time, they listen to the divine philosophy with the help of music. Then, doctrine and music. No doubt, the doctrine given by 24th Tirthankara is preserved in the form of Agam. The Agam consists of the Shatkhandagam, Dhavala Tika, etc. The conglomeration of immortal treatises containing Jain philosophy is collectively known as Jinvani. In Jain philosophy, the important references are also found in the old Jain manuscripts. Sangit Samaysar, written by Acharya Parshvadeva, a Jain author, is one of the most important volumes which contain valuable information on music. This is an important document in Sanskrit created in the 13th century. In Jinvani, most of the literature is in the poetic form. The same literature is reflected in various books of poetry, lyrics, stotra, arti, bhakti, shlokas, and through the collection of Vidhan. But the singing style of all versions mentioned above is the same and it is followed by all. Since from the period of Mahavira to till now, the Shrut tradition is followed and music is the most common thing maintained in this tradition. Today, I'm focusing on the main forms of rendering Jain philosophy through music. First is puja. Puja is a rite that is performed daily in every Jain temple or Gruha Chaitanya. The literary meaning of puja is worship. Various arghya, mantras are rendered in this ritual. An individual or group chants the mantras with the help of music. Chanting creates the concentration and the environment becomes sacred. For example, Shri Sanmati ke Jugal Jo Puje Dharpreet Vrindavanasor Chaturanara Lahe Mukti Navani. The above verse is in Doha Chanda or Doha meter. Mostly the shlokas in the puja are presented traditionally in a folk style. It is a type of acclamation. Through this acclamation, every member gets involved musically in puja and experiences the concentration of mind. Puja is performed in the form of poetic verses. These verses are in different rhythmic meter or chandas. So the style of presentation according to the meter changes at different pujas. The most popular rhythmic meter or chandas are Hari Gitika, Veer Chanda, Doha, Sorat, Chaupai, Ashtapadi. In the lyrics of some puja, the name of musical instruments and their style of presentation is also described. For example, Ghananam Ghananam Ghanaghanta Baje, Drumadam Drumadam Mridanga Saje. This poetic verse shows that the puja is very much close to the music. Next is Vidhan. Vidhan is a special form of celebrated on Vidhan is a special form celebrated on various occasions in Jainism. It is an auspicious statement, or we can say that it is a particular discipline followed on the auspicious occasion. Somewhat, it is a type of puja. It is quite bigger than puja, which we discussed earlier. It is performed in a day, 2 day, or maybe the whole week also. Because of the big size or longer duration, we can say that the Vidhan as Mahapuja. Mostly it is performed on special occasions like Paryushan Parva, Ashtanik Parva, Panchakalyanak, etc. Vidhan is performed with the help of musical instruments. Harmonium, dholak, tabla, tal, manjira are played as an accompaniment while singing the Vidhan. In Vidhan, one lead singer, chorus, and music accompanist perform together. In the previous time, the most meaningful Vidhans are composed by Ashadharji, Dhyanat Raiji, Vrindavan Dasji, Santalalji, Tek Chandji. These Vidhans are very rich in meaning and at the same time musically also they are very much enriched. Therefore, even today also, the presentation of these Vidhans is going on in the society. Next is Aarti. Aarti is the old tradition of music in India. It is a musical aradhana or praiseworthy composition. Aarti is presented at the end of puja or vidhan. All members who are present for the puja took part in the presentation of Aarti. While singing, they use clapping because it is the only tool to fulfill the rhythmic side in Aarti. Therefore, most of the Aartis are rhythm oriented. This is the reason Aarti leads the audiences in the area of dance. The most famous Aarti, Jai Jai Aarati Adi Jananda, is played all over in India. It is composed in Rag Pilu and structured in Tal Deepchandi. This Aarti is composed in praise of the first Tirthankara, Bhagwan Adinath. And it is created by Mulchand Bhojak, who was from Rajasthan. Next is Bhakti. Bhakti is the devotional form of prayer. It is performed either sitting in meditation or the form of Namasmaran. In Jainism, Bhakti is performed in the form of songs. The simple and meaningful songs containing the praise of Jain philosophy or 24 Tirthankara are presented with the help of music. Bhakti is performed at various occasions like Panchakalyanak Mahotsav, Vedi Pratishtha Mahotsav, Mahavir Jayanti, Shruta Panchami. In the special processions, Bhakti is performed by the Bhajan Mandals. Ashariri Siddha Bhagavan, Adarsh Tumhi Mere, Aviruddha Shuddha Chidghan, Utkarsh Tumhi Mere. This is the famous Bhakti in which the noble truth and attribution of Siddhas are described. Next is Mangalacharan. Mangalacharan is the verse of praise that is presented at the beginning of every program by the Jain followers. As given in the name itself, Mangalacharan is the declaration of Uttam Mangal, that is, prayer of welfare for all living and non-living creatures in the world. Namokar mantra is the most popular Mangalacharan, which is presented and listened to with the application of music throughout the world. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Uvajjayanam, Namo Loe Savvasahunam. Namokar is the salutation to the Panchaparmeshti, which is the cause of welfare for all. This Mangalacharan is presented at all auspicious occasions in Jain tradition. Next is Stotra. Stotra is a praiseworthy lyrical composition. Stotra means stuti. In this lyrical form, the virtues of the Tirthankara are described in the form of music. There are near about 1000 stotras in Jain philosophy. The most selective amongst them are Bhaktamal Stotra, which was composed in 7th century, Suprabhat Stotra, Mahavirashtak Stotra, Mahavira Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume is the divine and very famous Mahavirashtak Stotra. It is presented by renowned playback singer Manna Dey and Lakshmi Shankar in 1975. Here are the conclusions. In Jain philosophy, the puja, vidhan, aarti, mangalacharan, bhakti, stotra, etc. are the most popular and divine musical forms. These forms are presented through music in the form of chanting. The listeners enthusiastically took part in the process of musical chanting. An auspicious teaching given by 24 Tirthankara is presented through music and it is easily digested by the common people. The Jain philosophy is very much close and acquainted with music. This is the right application of music in propagating the sutras for the welfare of mankind. That's all about my research paper. Thank you very much.